this. I'm down. I'll do BBS. Oh boy. You need to shuffle.
Oh yeah, so when do you plan on watching the Recoded movie?
It's a fun fact, like I started watching it, like stuff, so like
I
I
had a
was
feeling.
down for like 30 minutes, and then like I paused and fell asleep.
Uh-huh.
Was it boring
Typical,
or was it just like
Oh no, I was just like sleepy.
Yeah, I had a
Tired.
feeling.
I mean, it was kind of it really feels like Recom all over again, though. It's
It
just
is.
like
Let's go through Kingdom Hearts 1 all over again. But
yeah.
that's only narrative bit. Like gameplay wise it's entirely different. Entirely different. It's more like playing a Kingdom Hearts it's more like playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1. Which is interesting. And they do so much different shit. Like, oh my god. I was impressed when I came back to the game. I knew I liked it for a reason. I didn't realize how much shit they did differently. Like, they actually made Forest Maze in Alice in Wonderland like an actual fucking maze.
Oh god.
For one, I'm like, how did you do that on the DS but not on the PS2?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting.
I guess
also
because they
give
have
you
more
hygiene.
knowledge for
I suppose.
Recoded, because they made Days first, so
Yeah. But then they made BBS
yeah.
and then Recoded, and then like they kind of downgraded almost.
And then they made 3.
Yeah. Well, they made Dream Drop Distance, and then they made 3.
Is Recoded even gonna have like anything important in the story, or is it literally just gonna be like a retelling?
So I kind of don't want to spoil it for you, but the most important thing is that the world of Data, like the people, like Data characters have hearts. That's number one, because of course they have hearts. That's important for the mobile game, by the way. The fact that Data characters can have hearts. And then the second thing that's important is that Sora has a bunch of shit that's locked in his heart that he doesn't know about.
Oh my god, of course.
The journal kind of shows that, and also the cutscenes that happen in the journal show the behind the scenes of Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, they show how Pluto ended up getting to wherever he ended up going at the end of the game. They show, I think, a little bit of Riku. They show a bunch of stuff that you didn't see in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it's kind of cool because it's like, how did you? First of all, how does the journal document something that they didn't see?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck is it omnipotent like that? But and omnipresent, but it is. But that only proves that
Actually,
because in Dream Drop Distance, Maleficent and Pete kind of, I'm not sure if you've seen them already in Recon, but they're or in Recoded, but they're kind of important Recoded. Okay, well they're there, and basically the Data worlds actually have the memories of like the real worlds in them. So that's the reason why we can see the behind the scenes of certain things.
Because that makes sense, sure.
Yeah. I didn't even know this as a kid. I just kind of figured this out as I'm playing it currently. I'm like, oh, wait, I see now. But yeah, it's a very interesting game. I think you would enjoy it more if you played it. TBH.
Maybe.
And you don't have to 100% it, but you probably will. Though I don't know if you can, considering it might. I think it requires you to do some like online connectivity shit, because of course every DS game that's good and niche has that. Every good niche DS game is like that. I don't know why it is, but it just is. Mega Man Star Force, Recoded, other games that no, Pokemon. Well, those aren't niche, but still, like, online shit. Pokemon Ranger is more niche, I would say. It's also like that. So much bullshit. Alright, well. Did she still not get the area yet? I'm about to start the game. I can't wait any longer. It's been an hour and a half. Oh, that's freaky.
Yeah, the lights are like perfectly like.
Yeah.
Bottom.
We have 1800. We can go to. We can go to Artifice.
Sheesh.
And have some fun there, or we can go. We can go to Titan. We can go to Dine. We can go to Ren, which is Stormy. I have some information for everybody once everybody comes back. Once everybody comes back and Rue joins. If Rue doesn't join, that's fine, and I'll just tell you anyways, but you have a choice between Titan and Rend, or sorry, Titan and Dine. Which one would you rather go to? Don't worry, I already know the answer.
Yeah. Nice, I glitched him out.
Alright. Do me a favor, Val. Look at this for me.
What?
Look at this for me. Does it say start game on it?
No, must be server host.
Okay, 9. Can you look at this for me?
Yeah.
Does it say you can start it?
Yep.
You can start it?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, so I enabled that option for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can.
I didn't because I like you're always like doing it anyway, so I was like whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. Should I just push Roy into like a corner to help him stay safe and then? Oh my god! How the fuck? Good. We love this game. Why is he twerking now?
Okay, he's an object. No. What about the bigger object like this?
Oh god.
No.
I like how you just.
No, it stacks.
Rose the middle finger as you did it.
I'm not even doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I see the characters just doing it. Oh, it was.
Trying to. I always press. Oh, okay, it just pops them out of the collision. Alright, fine.
Yeah.
Because the emote is on V, that's why.
Well, it should be. Oh wait, no, but you have a Zerti, not QWERTY.
It's
So
on.
it'd be different.
The B is on like the move objects. Let me put him behind the mirror.
Yeah, Rue says we can start, but I kind of figured you'd say that.
Mirror,
I think she may be
mirror.
watching the stream too, but yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Alright, that works. Alright,
Nice.
now we can
He's
start
like-
and Roy will be safe, but... Actually, no, I'm good. Well, let me just ask what my mom is making for dinner first.
Wonder what's for dinner. My boy.
Okay, before you do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do something real quickly.
Well, yeah, that was what I was gonna do. Something really quickly. But let me just. All right. I mean, 9 can start the game. Just tell 9 that he can start the game when he comes back, okay? I hope it doesn't glitch out the game and cause everything to desync. Which would piss me off. Let's see.
I'm back.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know why it took me so long to realize you were back. We pushed you behind the mirror.
That sucks balls.
No, you.
Wait, I can't. Why can't I place it like that? I always used to be able to.
That's my cock in your mouth.
Hey, I can't place it all the way over here. Oh. I bet it's that dumb setting in general improvements if it's not enabled.
Wait, I just realized the mask icon is different. I think. Yeah.
No.
Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, everything is an icon actually. I didn't notice. That's weird. I don't remember seeing a mask in inventory. Oh, that's cool actually. I like that. That mod I like. I don't know which one it is, but
Oh yeah, ship placeable collide is enabled. I think that was off before. And I can't even. Why did it blow up?
I don't know.
Oh, I bet because K doesn't have it.
Wait, no, but I kept trying it earlier though.
Yeah. That's funny. Good. That's amazing.
That shocked me.
What the fuck? Why is the game coming mostly through the right side and not the left? What the fuck? Fine.
Oh my god, speaking of headset, I'm so annoyed because my headset I bought like for Christmas is already having issues. I'm so fucking annoyed.
What the fuck? You just bought those,
I
damn.
know. I think there's like an issue like with it, like a technical thing. I don't know. It doesn't seem more.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
What the hell? What happened here?
Don't worry about
Oh, I
it.
can hear myself. All right.
Oh, you were able to hear yourself for a second? That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, are we ready to start?
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know if 9 is there. He might be.
Oh, he's still. Okay. He went to go get something.
Oh.
He's back.
Yeah, I heard him.
Ugh, that's gonna be hard.
Oh boy, there he goes.
Oh, you could hear that one, nice.
Yes. So you cracked open a cold one, Katona.
Yeah, nice. I don't know why
Oh.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't get that.
Well,
I'm
I
sorry,
have
but
like
you'll
32
have to be
cans
detained.
of
You were-
energy drink just in my
You
mini
were being
fridge.
arrested for drunk driving. I'm stuck behind Val.
Good. That's what you get.
Val is so fat. What?
Skinny sort.
That's funny. Yeah, skinny sort required. Why did they type that? I still don't get that. Skinny sort.
Because
What do you
fluff
fucking mean by skinny sort? What do you mean skinny sort? What enemy is skinny? Like, why do you need to describe the enemy like that?
the
It's
Val
just a fucking enemy.
skeletons.
Skeleton, yeah.
Even like, why does it matter if they're skinny? I understand that they're plump, but because that means they don't fucking stagger. But like skinny, like what? Why?
Right.
Plump sort. I wish more games could do that. That's so fucking funny. Skinny
Oh,
sort
for some
required.
reason I
mean,
can't put anything in there.
9.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
We're ready.
Yes.
All right, we're ready.
It was just dead. Ah yes, we're already here, Val.
Yeah.
We already loaded. Can
You
you
wanted to
believe
go
it?
here, right? Oh, he's just unimpressed by the mod.
Yeah.
I mean... no comment.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want it to load instantly. I wanted to drink my whole can of Monster first.
No comment.
No comment.
This
That's my
is
shit on
terrible.
Val.
I said fix things falling through the floor, game. You didn't fix
What?
anything.
Oh, mask. Nice.
Ugh,
What?
Oh.
what happened?
Oh.
Oh.
Nothing that way except the fire exit.
I thought that was a mimic, just mimicking Val.
Oh, there's nothing there? Okay.
Is there
This
nothing?
this place is mazy as fuck.
Oh my god. This facility is garbage.
No, Lord, okay. This
Okay,
stuff
right here.
downstairs. I got a
Oh
key.
my god, it's one of these, huh?
Oh no. Oh really? It's just all deep.
I can't wait for both of us to die to nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, you guys got that. There's an end ready. I saw a move. I don't know what it was.
What is that on the a coil head?
Damn.
Oh my god.
Behind the mirror.
Is it?
I hear mimicking 9 already.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah,
Where's 9 at?
It is way back there. I left it at the
That just left him. Oh,
Who's he?
he was
Going
trying
after
so
it.
hard to get up here.
So it seems. Oh, there's a mine in
And then
there.
whole entire game.
I guess I'll stare at him while you guys go.
Sure. I'll go deep.
I mean, do you want to join, Brian?
I would like to, but I also don't want this
Yeah.
fucker to
No, come, I'm looking at him, yeah.
There's only one item.
There we go. There's only one?
There's only one item.
There's nothing, is it?
No.
Did it just make like a nut
Hey,
sound?
Where you guys are at, if you go to the right, there's more stuff, but
This way?
that's about it. No, I meant back in there.
I can
Yeah, it's you, man.
Oh, you mean over? Oh shit. There's one.
Yes, if we go to the other side. How do we get around?
As long
Oh,
as
like
one
that.
of us.
Oh, we
What?
can push it too.
And now I can't get through.
Skinny
Oh.
is not required.
Something real quickly.
Who's I standing on? What?
What?
Oh wait, I'm standing on this. What?
Oh, there's something on this side?
Trying to imitate
Yeah, that's
the
all right.
link
Got
or
it.
something?
Yeah,
or...
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, Nice try.
Why is it so?
You want no? Okay.
All right. Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, you would have jumped into the void. I think.
We want to go over here. We want to be over here, yeah. And then pull it further.
Wait.
This way.
I'm looking at him, right?
This way, I think.
Okay.
Or
There's
not.
items. There's a dead on here.
Oh, it must be underneath then.
I got him. Bell.
All right, we have to go down the stairs then.
There's a
Let's just
nutcracker.
go. Let's
Oh
just
my
go.
god, it's mimicking that.
Oh, there's a nutcracker down here. Careful. Bell.
Well, I hear him, but no.
There's
There's
two
two
of
of
them.
them, host.
There's two
There's
of
two?
them.
Two of them.
Yeah,
Down
but
here.
two of them.
Lord have mercy.
There's nothing else in there?
What just happened? What do you mean skinny sword? What enemy is skinny? Like, why do you need to describe an enemy like that? It's just, are you guys okay?
I can hear your voice clip onto the nutcracker.
Not because of that. Oh, it was just like, what do you mean skinny sword?
To the right, there's more stuff.
It's not capturing anything.
Yeah.
I make it
It's so
neat game
fucking loud.
and then all of a sudden
It's very
it
loud.
captures everything.
Okay, there's nothing. I can't.
Stop moving.
I'm getting out of here. Watch out for the snare flea. And they do so much different. I'll get it out here. I was impressed.
He looked
When I
at
came
me.
into the game, I knew I liked it for a reason.
Lion, get out of there.
Oh, I'm dead. Aren't I?
I'm so fucked. I'm dead. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Why did the? Wow, I'm so mad that I died like that.
Check.
Damn.
Why am I zoomed in on Valve?
Why?
There we go.
Why did I die?
Mimic?
I was looking directly at the coil head, which, by the way, just happened to speed down the stairs.
They probably all
Even though I was looking
died.
directly at it.
Wow.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, I can't wait for that mimic to just fuck.
Guys?
Is there a way to make
Well,
it
you
so
real man?
the mimic part isn't so loud?
Yeah, you just
so
lower
go
it.
into your
Are you real?
settings. Go into settings and then go into mod settings and then go to Mirage and then scroll all the way
You're
down.
mine. I don't see what it is.
I'm gonna do it to 15.
Yeah, that's where I have it, but I put it at 10 now. It was still a little loud.
I still have it at like 5 and I still hear it as very loud. What about the bigger object? Like
Thousand
Present. Like, it is.
The coil had blocked the shot.
Oh.
What? Wow.
I blocked it, damn.
That fucking coil head pisses me off.
Can we get a peeper before we go in?
I don't even know if we have enough money now.
Oh fuck.
You know they're really expensive, you know, right?
How much are they?
700, and then we
Oh
just
my
all
god, we need to
died, so
bring that down
means
to like 300. That's too much.
it is too much for that little thing.
Did you die at the same
That's
time?
all of our money. What?
Basically. Oh.
Oh
I left
god.
and the coil head that we dealt with before just sped down the stairs. But I was looking directly
Oh.
at it when it killed me, but it walked past me and did damage, and
Oh
then
my
it just killed me.
It killed
another
you and
pass
then
at me.
immediately decided to be a menace to me.
Oh, it's just enemies.
I guess
in
because
this game.
Nyan died after.
I don't know, but it's weird. It decided to run. It was stationary for a long ass time, and then it just decided to run down the stairs to roam for us there
Damn.
all of a sudden.
Oh wait, did we?
What a shame.
Yeah.
Oh well. We go.
Damn, that means we lost all our loot.
Did we?
Yep.
Does the storage also remove it?
Oh yeah, we don't have anything in the thing either. Wow. Yeah. All right,
There's
we
a
need 2
setting
days
to
get
make it
900.
not lose it, but kind of cheap.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's a bit of a cheat. All right, I'll start the gay again, but
The key again.
yeah, I'll start the day, but I
Gateway.
need to go. I need to go and get my pizza before it gets too hot.
So,
Bonk.
Wait.
I guess I'm staying
Yay,
local
way.
because Titan sucks dick. I hate nutcrackers.
I mean, I like them, but also,
I had a snare flea also chasing me down, and a coil head.
Oh,
So I was just fucked.
yeah, the fucking card.
Oh,
my god.
oh,
Oh
oh.
god. Oh no. Okay. Holy
Why?
fuck.
Why? Oh my, no, someone needs to be shipped. Okay.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess
I'm
I
gonna
could-
go back and be shipped.
Sure.
Oh, I don't have that stuff.
Damn, you're already back to the ship?
Yeah, no, it's a ship duty seat.
Oh, really? Okay. What's there?
Bunch of turrets and mines.
Okay. But we have malware broadcaster, just so you know.
Yeah, I've been fucking shit up.
I was so close to dying. I hope you
I-
destroyed it.
Yeah, I couldn't destroy it because I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay.
I got it though, like when you were leaving.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
that's
think
what I meant,
anyway.
Yeah.
Um.
I took damage. Fuck. Give me a minute. We'll never find it.
Nice, at least Nian's getting some loot.
Yep. Got like 7 of these.
Oh, did he die? Fuck. The fucking slime. Damn, red vow. Slime camping you. Yes, but not even. He wasn't even on me? I wonder if he's just sitting here. He's just camping it, even though he's not supposed to.
What is camping?
There's a slime on fire exit, so don't go through it.
Okay.
Okay, apparatus. Yeah, but I guess we're saving that because reasons. The fuck?
Be careful.
Oh.
Bracken behind you.
There was a bracket?
There's a bracken in it.
Oh.
This
Is
a
there
lot of loot,
anything else on that side, or? Oh, wow, I didn't see
I
that.
don't know. But...
Awesome.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Val somehow got hit.
The Twitch thing is
Oh
not
my-
fucking good.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh my god.
Why?
Wow.
Why did that just happen?
Was he winding when you died, though?
Are you fucking kidding me? It was too late. God
One?
damn it.
No?
What the fuck? Wow.
Guess it must have been 9? I don't know.
Oh, shit. What do I do now? Well, everyone's
what the fuck
fucking
is our-
dead. But
What's our quota? 946. Yeah, we're not making that. We're dead.
view.
Good.
Oh, wait.
Thank you. I was about to say, if he lets that dog just sneak him.
Okay, well.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened to you, Val? Because I saw you dodge the slime and then you were just dead.
Yeah. I know. That's why I'm confused. I don't know. I feel like the slime still got me because he was like in the stairs. So maybe,
Oh my
like,
god, Nyan,
still-
just leave!
So don't even take it out before, like, I don't know, at the end, I guess.
Thank you.
Well, I tried.
I mean, Nyan got a majority
It's
of
a
the loot we
giant
got.
yeah, fuck
so-
this.
Yeah.
I wanted the. Why did the
How much did we
bracken
get?
not leave?
600. Okay, that's not
If
too
he
bad.
would have left, probably he could have ran out.
Mm-hmm.
I could have teleported, but I didn't get it. Didn't do it fast enough.
Yeah, we were kind of chilling, and then we were like, "What the hell is this?" And then I
We
saw
just see
Jester.
two things just bum rush us. Bracken perfectly camped the door, and then the jester just killed us.
I love
game
when I
called
try
the
to like. I love when I try to like scan through things in the objects, and it's just like the monitor is blocking my view. I don't even know how to disable that.
Hmm?
The monitor?
Yeah, and the computer, or the terminal.
Oh, you mean when we use the monitor command?
Yeah, it doesn't even like remove the monitor, even if I exit out of
see
the
that.
terminal.
Don't you
So
just
do you-
type it again?
So view monitor and then.
I
when
think you
go
just
out of
type it again to get rid of it. Yeah.
That makes no sense, but alright.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
a
I don't get what
question.
the. I don't get what the
What?
gesture was like too.
Yeah, what?
Mm.
Like, how did he... I thought he's supposed to, like, be near a player to start winding up.
But yeah.
He must have done it, like, right before he died or something, Val.
Maybe?
Because I saw him, like, I saw you look at him, but you were just like, oh, whatever.
I
And the
saw him
slime
at the
just
very
killed
end
you.
of the. Yeah.
Hey, Nyan,
He
can you
was
do me a
not
favor? Can you
What?
hit the thing again?
The lever?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, is it broken for you, Kate?
Yeah.
Oh,
It won't,
it is
it won't
broken.
do anything.
What?
It's broken.
Yeah, it is. Yay.
Did someone explode things over here, or what happened?
Unable to route ship currently around the moon to route the autopilot.
Why is it so black here? Or ashy?
God.
Is it because of me or something? Like,
It's
what
'cause
the
of this explosion. I don't know. I don't know why this is happening.
Why it even exploded?
Val?
Yeah.
He just
Okay,
went.
well. Do I have to exit out, maybe?
But what if.
That'd be you. But hang on a second.
I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to teleport to everyone just to see if that was walking.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice if I could see the logs so we can see what's causing this, but of course, Beepin X is just hidden.
Yep.
Ugh.
Alright, Alright, Nine, I'm gonna kick you real quick, okay?
Okay.
Not. Rip. I hope it doesn't ban him from the room. I know kicking bans him. Is it still broken?
Let's see.
Wow.
It should.
Could it be because of the instantly loading levels? Maybe his PC doesn't like it.
I don't know.
I'll send him an invite. Oh, but you have to open the lobby again.
It won't let me do it unless we're in orbit.
What? I guess I'm staying local because Titan sucks dick. Good. Yeah.
The cutscenes that happen or not in the journal show the behind the scenes. Like they show how Pluto ended up getting to burn behind me, I guess. I'm like, how did you do that in the DS? Let's just go.
Just attacking it.
But yeah, so
What? There was another one? Oh, come on!
all right.
And there's a robot. Let me.
Oh my god.
Suck my cock! He really doesn't care. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
What happened here?
Suck! Oh, he really doesn't want to. Yeah.
Tracking behind you.
Robot is fucking. That means I just ran into him.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I was gonna do that, don't worry.
I wasn't meant to do that. Okay, I'm back.
That is bullshit.
70,
That is
70,
so
140.
bullshit.
Two
That
other
is
things.
so bullshit.
If we get
Why did
100
turn
now,
around? You made no noise.
Oh, wait,
That means that we should be close.
K go inside?
He went up the other stairs as soon as the
Oh,
other
there,
one
another
killed
man.
me. He jumped down. What? First of all, why is there a robot there? Second of all, why is there a dog just stuck there?
Oh my god, yeah.
You can start it?
Look at him being a. Uh-oh.
What did you even hear?
What happened?
Oh my god, the other two dogs were coming up to attack from the top valve. What the fuck?
Oh, very chill music.
What do you have? I just have.
Like, how the fuck is it omnipotent like that?
Kinda that, I think.
What the hell?
I was like,
No.
kinda
Oh
like,
my god,
listen
they
to the
all
music.
jumped up there. He got so lucky with that.
And then I kicked the dog at 9.
He got so lucky with that valve. They're just all stuck there now.
Yes.
What do you
Oh
mean
my
skinny
god.
what enemy is skinny? Like, why do you need to describe the enemy like that? It's a fucking enemy.
I love the Mirage mod.
But that only proves that
I love that there was one that was talking about Cage the whole time.
When we were
Just
running
talking
from the Nutcrackers, I don't know if you heard, like if you were already. No, you were alive at that point. But I was laughing because the Nutcracker was just like, "What do you mean skinny sword? Why does this need a skinny sword?" And then shot me.
skinny sword requires. I'm so sick and tired of hearing skinny sword. Shut the fuck up. I can do that too.
It's so stupid. Oh no.
Yeah,
he has.
All right, you got it, bro. You got it. Yeah. But even when it's subtle, you have to throw it in your face.
Oh my god. The mimic voices are so retarded. I love it.
Very dumb.
No, we just all hear it.
But
That dog was bullshit.
1208. What?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why did he get aggroed? He didn't even make a
Sorry, guys.
sound.
I don't know if we can make it without.
I guess I was
Because
running
the
a
game
bit,
is saying that we
but
have
like
800
then like I'm expecting him to like
to tempt fate.
run at
so
the stairs,
just-
like not where I was.
Yeah.
Because that's why I made the
Let's go
sound.
back in
Like
there
I
and maybe
run
get two
inside the
things and make
stairs,
it-
not outside of it. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess his node made it so like, I don't know. It's bullshit.
The robot just sitting there. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Just drool, Roy, drool. Oh god, I saw a thumper on the map. Oh, man, a nutcracker.
Oh, it's a coil head. Damn. Quiet.
No, must be so low.
Oh, he's gonna try and squish it. Oh my god. I'm a dog, bro. I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing.
I love the coil, like munching. I am munching.
The coil head, what?
Oh, there's something on this side. Nyan munching. Like a
Oh
real-
yeah, it was just like.
Oh my god, I need to
I
clip
guess.
that one.
It was so random too.
Fuck. Alright, praying. Oh my god. How the fuck?
How many of them are there? Like, holy fuck. 4 thing.
Yes, there was 4 dogs. The 3 that camped the item
This
cave,
way.
or unless it was like
There's
jump
items
to
this way, I
make them
think.
fuck
Oh,
off.
fuck off, game.
And then the one just stuck behind the robot.
Okay. Oh, thank god. Okay, 1,000.
Okay, good. At least you got enough.
Damn. Gaming. Gaming.
That was bullshit. I didn't. You know what sucks is I didn't even hear the dog. I just ran into its mouth,
Yeah.
and I had my back turned because I didn't want to turn the camera.
Just see Nyan's death message.
That's all I
Yeah. Oh my god, that was bullshit.
Oh my god. Why did you run into the dog?
I had my back turned.
Underneath. I was like, why are they running up? Let's go around.
Well, I didn't see the dog. I wasn't looking at the map. I had my back turned because I don't like turning. Because then the ghost girl's like, you turned your camera too much.
The ghost rolls on you?
No, but she's always on my dick. Meanwhile, Val sees the most shit and lives through it. And it's just like, I could go spawn ghost girl on Roy now.
Yeah, I know. So dumb.
Oh my god, that was so
God.
fucking scary.
Yeah.
Clutch by my Jesus.
I know, you nailed it, yeah, like, I was gaming.
I was like, oh no.
Boing, boing.
Oh. Alright, we basically have to tell everything.
Do we actually say everything or no?
I have just
Yeah.
enough stuff. Yeah.
Like, we have no choice. Wait, it's okay. It won't let you reopen the room unless we're in orbit? That's dumb.
I know. That's so.
I thought
stupid,
it's
'cause
supposed to let
wasn't
you.
there another mod that let you?
I don't think so. Maybe
Pretty sure there
actually.
was.
Late company did, but it never. It's just stopped working.
It didn't? I don't think it ever did.
Yeah, late
No,
company
yeah,
allowed
it
you to
never
open
worked.
while-
What happened, kid?
I said late company allowed you to open it when you were.
Yeah.
You know.
It, but when you would do it, it
No
just
way.
wouldn't work. I mean, we could try it again.
Yeah, I guess. Hang on. It's- Only be used while in orbit. Okay, yeah. So let's just get out of here. Let's just get Nyan.
To be honest, I thought it was only in orbit. You know, maybe
No,
it did
the other
change.
one let you join mid-game, even if it was a little buggy.
I hate Nyan's bugs so much because like why? Why
Yeah,
does that happen all the time now?
and it's only to him.
Yeah, but it affects literally everybody else.
Yeah,
We have to kill him in order for him to get out, or something.
Kill.
true.
Oh my god, the echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Oh, I should have voicemail again. Been ages since I've opened it.
It sucks I can't use your account because after a while it's like, we need to re-log in.
All right, there you go.
Oh, wait, it says that?
Yeah, so I just uninstalled it. I was like, I'm not even
I
gonna
don't know
bother
what
Val
happened,
again.
Nyan. Like I tried. I had to kick you, and then it worked, of course, immediately. But the only way for me to know if it works entirely is to just run use the thing, so we can land, and then of course I can do that. But now that I know that the problem is really, I can just invite you back, and it should work.
Wait, what?
So that issue that was causing us to not be able to like fully lift off, it was like desynced. Is for some reason it's just there's some desync with your game. I don't know why. When I kick you, it works, but the only way for me to test it properly is to actually land the ship some sort of way. So I had to do that. I had to go a day without you. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right, now guys, we
You,
have a choice.
you didn't miss anything, anyway.
Yeah, honestly, well, I mean, you kind of missed me clutching, but that was about it.
Nyan would have died and got frustrated. Though, so it was
Yeah,
for
that
the
was a
best.
stupid thing that happened.
So did you order items or did you just do like cheap flashlights and make the fuck off?
Oh, me, I bought like a world key at the start.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, oh, he did that because, but I was already prepared to leave them away because I kind of know how to dodge them.
I love the one that
Unfortunately, I
kept
let it
camping
onto
in
the
front
step.
of the ship though after you aggroed it.
Oh. Well, wait, who?
Like me
You
and
or
Val had to
Val?
close
'Cause-
the door.
Yeah, but I meant to lead it. I meant to lead it towards me, but next time if I do that, I'm going to leave. I'm going to close the door as I'm leaving. I'm not sure if you guys saw me do that before, but I did that
Yeah.
so that they don't walk into the fucking ship for zero reason because they just tend to do that since. I've
Yes.
seen it a ton of times at this point. I'm so sick and tired of it. Oh, we got options. We got experimentation, assurance, march, offense and advance are eclipsed. Rend is eclipsed. Dian and Titan. We kind of need to make back the money that we lost, so I kind of vote that we go to Titan again. As terrible as it was.
I'm starting to
But up
hate
to you
Titan
guys.
just because the enemies spawn so fast. There's no time to react.
Well, it was eclipsed.
Yeah.
Well, before
it was
that though, with the two nutcrackers, the coil head, and the snare flea, it was only
Mhm.
like 1 p.m.
True.
But we can go to Titan because we do need money.
What do you think? Ryan?
Val, I hope it's
Um,
not a ship duty seat again though, because that was bullshit.
I mean, I can stay at the ship once, it's fine.
I guess try again.
Okay.
Wow. I lost my shovel too. So- Oh, we lost all of them.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're like
Peepers
15.
cost 500. We wouldn't have been able
Okay.
to afford it anyways.
You said what? Cost 500?
The peepers, but we wouldn't have been able to
Oh.
afford it anyways last seed.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to get walkies again, Val.
We have flashlights now.
We,
Oh,
we've
no,
never
like
used walkie-talkies.
Yeah, no, it was just for
Oh.
the dog that I did that.
Oh, okay. Alright, since this game wants to dick ride, I guess I will do my camera.
Excusez-moi.
Probably get on that side. Where did I come in? Okay, right here. Okay, just- Grab the engine I left. Is there...
Alright.
Oh, what? Oh, hello, man. There's a coil head 9.
Alright. Okay.
There's a coil head, be careful.
Okay. Tell Nyan that his Nyan's in there.
He was near me, but then he left. So. Oh, let me go in and help. I think he...
God damn it, open the door!
Nyan, wait, where are you? Come this way, come.
Can this door open? Thank you.
Good.
Bro is like running.
We gotta go because he's running around. Come on.
Oh god.
I saved you.
Okay, I got all this loot, so...
Yeah. The fire exit is behind.
Is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oof.
Okay.
That's what he gets for trying to camp. I was trying to warn you, but I didn't know if you could hear me because he spawned like right in front of me.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you though.
Oh fuck. There's a mimic. There's a mimic.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Rue says we can start, but I kind of figured that you would say that. Do you order shovels?
What the fuck? Oh, okay, yeah, sure, cave mimic.
Can you order 2 shovels, please?
Oh god, there's a mimic. There's a mimic.
Sure.
Is there a mimic here?
Fuck.
No.
Fucking type properly.
No, yeah, it's coming down towards you, Kay.
I don't see it anywhere.
Get a shovel if you can now.
I did.
Oh, it's staring at us at the
He-
bottom. Oh, it's coming down.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh wait, is this it you? Okay, I saw one at the top. Never mind. Is it at
There.
the main entrance?
Yeah.
If I saw a figure that
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he
take
went
care
up.
of it because I have 20 HP, so that means that if you guys actually
Yeah,
get
yeah,
me, I'm
yeah.
dead.
I actually, I'm gonna. Where is? He went back up.
did they go up again?
I hear him up there. Oh, he came down. He came down. There he is.
Where? Oh, I see.
Come here, you fuck.
Okay.
Oh,
He's aggroed on me. Get him, Nyan. Hit him.
Okay.
There we go.
Double team him. Right, so all the mimics look alike. It.
Yeah. For
What
me,
is
he was looking like K.
He drank for me as well. Why is my
He tried.
so much?
He tried to bait me too. He came out the door and he was like, oh what? Why is something in K's voice?
Ghost girl. I don't
K
know.
just another mimic?
Oh damn.
There's 2 of them?
Someone else.
K
Ghost
got
girl.
mimicked.
I don't know who, but I heard the sound.
Is there more loot?
Yeah.
I don't think so. When I was watching you, like you guys like were very far. There's a jump.
Should we just like exit the door, kill them, or?
Probably.
Yeah, I'll
or,
TP
like,
K's.
hit the jack
Oh
on
wait,
here?
no, they mimicked
giant-
K, so we can't even
Oh, yeah.
TP his body.
Yeah. Giant
Oh,
is
Mimic
also
is
there.
coming.
Okay.
Can you hit him through the wall?
Yes.
I don't know that works.
Alright.
I don't think it does.
Because in,
know, there's
Okay,
in
no, we're
drop
leaving.
distance,
Yeah.
Maleficent.
Oh god.
Unless
God,
I've seen
God,
him
God.
already.
I knocked him off right before he killed Nyan.
I was about to say, like, if you did not get me, I swear to God.
That was we killed one into our cave. Hey,
What the fuck is that message, Roy?
I don't know. That's the second time it's come up.
So,
I'm
okay, so something I noticed while staring at the whole config shit, it will always spawn in a max of 2 mimics, and I knew this in the back of my head, so I went upstairs, and I'm hearing things move, and I'm like, that's not them. But I can't see it. I don't see it anywhere. It's not up, like, I don't see it physically move upstairs, I don't see it underneath me. I just hear it, and then it just climbs out
Grabbed
with
you
me,
on
and
the
then,
on the fucking ladder.
instantly snaps to me and kills me because this game is
Yep.
cheap. So yeah, just know that if you see one mimic, there's always going to be a second one.
Is the game bugged
Well,
again?
we turned
or...
that setting off, but I think
No.
Titan does just spawn at least 2 mimics on its own,
It's
or
not
tries
like,
to anyway.
it's not a game.
I
error, it's just
don't know which
design.
mod you added, but the cams are like way darker. I barely can see anything.
Yeah, I noticed
The
that too.
cats?
It's a little darker.
Yeah. I basically see your point of view instead of like wall facility. Like I only see like a
Right.
circle of light around you.
Oh
Right.
yeah. I don't know what changed that, but it is annoying because we have the mini map and it fucks with it too.
Because like I kept seeing doors and I
It's
didn't
very
know
slow.
where they went. Oh.
Me scrolling
I can't
my
believe
mouse
I saved
is
Nyan.
kinda slow. Yeah, I was
No.
about to say, like, don't tell me you're gonna, like, you let me die by the mimic as I'm trying to kill it.
I was stuck in the animation of the ship, and then I turn around. You're like, oh no! I'm glad we killed them though. Hopefully a coilhead doesn't camp my fire exit again.
I probably should not have this shovel, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bro, really? Suck my dick though. Like, suck my dick. Actually.
I guess I could try again.
Yeah, not ideal.
There's a coil head, and it's camping fire exit, which was near you, because I heard you.
Huh? Huh, interesting.
But I mean,
There's a coil head, be careful, Nyan.
of course there is. Why isn't there one?
He's coming. Yeah, of course he is.
Should we exit once he's up? Gone.
What is he doing?
Looking for. Okay, so what are we gonna do?
He's coming down this hallway. Good.
There's so many of these guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
like as soon as I went through fire exit, I saw him run across the platform.
Well, careful because he can open the doors. Either way, is it infinite?
Alright, look away from him now.
No, he just opened it. Wow. He like instantly opened the gate.
Yeah.
I guess I'll look at him and
Hello.
you guys can explore.
Alright, fine, I'll do it.
Oh, no. There's a thumper too on K? K, if you want my shovel, I can give it
Is
to
the
you.
loot, is the loot not here? The loot is on the top, that's probably why. But what mod is it anyways that made him so worried?
What did Val write? I didn't even get to see it.
Okay, Roy, there's a thumper
I'm not
near
doing this.
here. So,
I'm sorry, Nine, but I had to leave because I'm not dealing with that crap.
Oh, I would have gave you my shovel.
what the
Here,
fuck
do
is
you want me to
wrong
drop
with
it?
Oh, I'm dead.
It happens with the Europeans specifically.
Oh, now you got the thumper.
Yes, run. Let's get out. Get out, get out, get out. Get out. There. I was about to
Okay.
say, like, you good? Alright. Now
I
that
got
it's over
stuck
here, let's
in the
go
corner.
across.
The thumper is camping.
Never mind, it's keeping sides.
Oh my god, I hate this coil head.
Hang on. Give me a shovel. I have an idea.
Oh, we can't do shit, can we?
Yeah, because the thumper aggroed me on this side too. Oh my god, Nyan, the fucking coil head was having a whole conversation with me as you.
Oh.
That's why I was so confused. I was like, oh, the thumper is on you, on Nyan. Here, Kay, like, take my shovel, and then I hear you say something
Oh my
as the
God.
coil head.
Woo.
I was
Oh,
like,
man. I'm not sure if you've seen them already in
Coil
Recon,
door?
but they're... Yes. Wait, okay.
the thumper is behind there. That was the
What
thumper.
I know. Oh,
Why
damn
did
it,
you-
listen.
Oh, he's coming on this side.
Listen here.
Oh, you cocksucker. You're trying to kill me? Oh, shame. Someone's gonna kill you. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
fuck you.
God, pissing me off. Stop.
He hit
stopping
you?
us.
Oh my
Me,
He
god.
hit me like
put them
3
behind the
times.
mirror.
Alright, here, take this before I die, because I'm gonna die this
The
fucking
coil.
head. Yeah.
I guess I'll
Is this-
stare at him.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you.
Yep.
Because the rest of the items are in here.
Yeah, and of course they were
Okay, there's a
gatekeeping
ghost-
though.
Ghost girl again, like out after me now.
Okay,
Yeah.
getting over here. Let's see here. What?
There's 2 more. Okay.
Why do you close that?
There's 2
It's
more.
in like a really weird area.
Run.
Okay.
There's 2 more coil heads. We can't do anything.
Wait, really?
Yes, there's like 2 more coil heads. In
Oh,
the
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. Go, go, go. He's coming after you.
Oh god.
Oh, you fuckers.
Never went to the top.
No, but like there was another way to go. Like there was another route.
I know, but I wanted to get the coil stuck behind the over door. Like there was a second door that you
sorry.
never get into.
I'm sorry. Can you order the thing that allows us to see like flash giants, please? This fucking ghost girl is after me like 20 different ways.
The
to
radar
see this.
booster?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, you're gonna try
According
to go
to them.
back?
Yeah.
Damn. Wait, let me put my shovel down.
I'm already way too low on health, so I don't think I can even manage.
Okay. Did you get hit by the coil heads? By the thumper?
Is Recorded even gonna have like anything important in the story, or is it literally just gonna be like a weekend?
Yeah, recoded.
Yeah.
God, now they're talking about. Huh?
They're talking about recovery.
I see.
You got the other
Do you
one?
only order one?
Oh, you wanted
I
more?
guess you can only.
Oh fuck,
I said
he's
like
after
2.
me.
Oh my god, this fucking ghost girl. Oh wow. It's probably not worth it now. Let's just leave.
Internet.
It's 6
internet.
o'clock now. There's probably more
Yeah.
shit in there.
I don't think we got a single loot though, so that was.
We did.
No, we
Good.
didn't. That's what sucks.
Yes, we did.
We got no loot.
When did we get loot? I don't remember anything.
Shop.
We brought back a couple things. Oh my god, I'm dead.
What?
Or not. The ghost girl is after me, so I'm probably going to die.
Oh, if you is she in the ship?
I don't know, but
She's outside.
If you close the door, she'll just fall. No, yeah, she's just standing there.
Oh shit.
When the heck did Val go in there? I didn't even see him leave.
You didn't see him leave? Huh. Funny.
No.
What is Val looking for? There's nothing there.
There's literally nothing. Like, these are the worst spawns.
Yeah.
Like, Kay, I heard you guys on the other side, and
Yeah,
as soon
this
as
fucking
I
girl.
came in, the coil head was already roaming on the like catwalk across.
2 coils. Yeah, that's
3.
3.
Yes, I
3 of
told you
them.
that there was 2 more. I'm dead. Speaking of dead, Val's dead. Teleport him. It's too late. Why did he?
Yep.
Oh wait, no. He's
Oh no,
alive.
he's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, I saved him.
Maybe. Sick
There was
John, though.
not much in there. It was just bullshit. Why would they put?
There was nothing in there. There was no loot.
Damn.
You have
It
to
was
like
just
go
a waste
way
of a
deeper.
day.
You have to go way deeper if you wanted to get the
way
loot.
deeper for anything. Oh my god. It's fucking gross. So annoying.
I did a 360 on the coil.
I saw. I was like, how the hell did you do that? But you still took damage.
Yeah, I
Because of the
did.
looting bug.
No, it wasn't the looting, but it was the port that killed him. And then
What's with
Val looked
these
around and just saw
titles?
coil heads.
Okay, I need to restart because I feel like my performance is like lacking. So let me just do that.
okay.
Oh.
Alright.
But I'm in the door, like, because I wanted you guys to like go there, because I didn't see, but it felt like a blow the coil inside. I wanted you to go inside was. That's why I kept slamming the door and no more.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even hear it.
Oh.
It was too much shit.
Because all I kept hearing was the coil head trying to strike a conversation with me as Nyan.
Yes, that's the other thing about this mod that's really annoying is that I can't hear what you guys are saying because there's so much other bullshit.
Yeah, I lowered them to
Too
like
much.
3 now, because even at 10 they were loud. I was like, what the
Oh.
fuck? They're still
Yeah,
loud.
I'm sick of this. The previous mod had it at the perfect setting.
Okay, you were like, oh, there's another coil head leave, and then the coil head said that.
Of
And then I
course.
said, oh, really? And it said yes.
Of course. No, wait, that was me. That was me talking about that.
No, but then it mimicked you right after.
Oh, wait, so you just had the conversation again?
Yes.
Oh.
So stupid.
We don't have peepers, but this is the next best thing, so. Speaking of next best thing, what's going on with Rue?
Yeah, she still had an issue. She was like, oh, I like deleted the moon, and it gave her the error again. So I said, just try the other mod manager.
Yeah.
'Cause R2 mod man is just being annoying at this point.
Can you put it down, okay, so I can see the name?
Sure. Yeah.
Wait,
Freddy. Of course, it's my boss's
Freddy.
name.
Freddy.
That's funny.
It's amazing.
Blinded.
It was perfectly timed with something I was watching. That's really cool.
Oh,
Hello?
at least now I can use that for dogs too.
I believe it works for the coil head.
No, it
Let me just
doesn't.
look it up. Ways to stop coil head.
I wish they could fall in the void and die. That would be cool. But nope, they can just glide.
Nice.
This is what I come back from. The ringing.
Ways which might help you spring out
Yeah.
of its terror. These mannequins from Resident Evil 8. As long as you are looking at one, it will not
Fucking
attack you.
TikTok.
You cannot damage them using shovels or stop signs. And if you die
That
in an
TikTok
encounter with
robot.
these
Oh
entities,
my god.
they will replace your head with a corpse. First way to survive them is to lure a coil head behind a terminal door and shut it as soon as you're on the other side of the door. Fun fact, you can use a nearby fuse box to open and close these doors if no one is at the ship. The second way to survive is to make sure one of your crew members is looking at the coil. This is so use a stun grenade to temporarily reset the coil head and run as far.
Oh, stun grenade. Okay.
Oh my god, it's so white, blinded.
Alright, no way.
For ready. Wait, what?
Are you okay?
Alright, so stun grenade. If we have any. Or money for any.
Oh, my game is decent. What the fuck?
Well,
What do you mean?
Me using the terminal.
Why? What happened?
Trying to like exit out and it doesn't exit out immediately.
Oof. Alright, well, I ordered 4 stun grenades, so if you guys are ready, let's do it. Wait. Oh, Val's. Where's Val?
Okay, it doesn't immediately go to the terminal when I press the E button, so that's why I had the issue.
Okay. Got it.
Scrolling is still...
Nyan, these people think they're so clever by being quiet.
Why am I on the outside? What?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why are you outside?
How?
I don't know why they're quiet. Okay.
I asked where Val was and they both stayed quiet. They
Yeah.
see Val on the fucking map. Here, take a stun grenade just in case if we're gonna go inside. This is for the coil head bullshit.
Oh,
Okay,
does it
well, I'm just
actually stun them?
It
For like
resets them,
16.
apparently.
For 16 seconds. It stuns them for 16 seconds.
Meaning that we can run past them, right? If we're stuck in a
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
stunned and but you have to be careful because the stun grenade also blinds you.
It's mansion.
Right, yeah. Well, we have a call. I'm not sure if he saw me, but during my solo run, I was trying to go.
Oh, thank
Coil
you.
head in. I mean, I was trying to go. What's it called? I was trying to go the nutcracker into the.
Yeah, I saw, and
okay.
then you had to retreat.
Yeah.
Cause he was
wasn't
like,
doing it
nah, I'm
properly.
gonna like hit you with the break your leg strat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's so much
Okay,
loot in that
I see.
room. How do we get over there?
I have a key.
Oh, is it all the way over here? Where's that room? Do you see that on the map? There's just so much loot there. Oh my god.
Hello.
I saw a door open. There's so much in this kitchen. What? How do we get
Yeah.
over there?
Okay, where the fuck is that so I can get
Oh.
out of here?
There's so much loot. Where's fire?
Yeah.
Oh, you said you want fire exit? Oh,
Yeah, so I can get out of here since I already got full inventory.
way. This way. Oh my god.
Do I just follow the footprints?
Yeah. This way. The fuck was that? Yeah, and then it's all the way over here.
Okay, thanks.
Actually, I'm gonna drop this outside. There's so much loot in there. We have to be. I saw a looting bug. So Okay, that's locked. How you get over there?
There's a homie flash. Yeah, there is a lot of looting here.
Oh, look at you being a little bitch. You're gonna go in the kitchen, aren't you? Yeah, you would have jumped into the void, I think. We got no loot. Oh, you. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh no. Oh really? It's just all deep.
Yeah.
Right, praying.
Look at him being a little bitch. Oh yeah, ship placeable collide is enabled. I think that was off. The fuck? Okay, yeah, sure, Kate.
Look back at me.
I love the noise it made.
I just followed the footprints.
There's a dumper.
There's nothing there, but like, yeah, it's just a empty room. It is way back there.
Well, I mean, you can see that.
Where's the way out from?
Oh, well, follow me.
Be careful, there's a bracket.
Yeah, here. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
go away.
Obius is such
Hey,
a
no.
bitch.
No.
I
Man, being a
Okay,
fuck.
even I'm confused though. Where I've managed.
Oh nice.
Oh, there's a koi head. Okay.
Yeah, that's alright.
We went the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're stunned and they, but you have to be careful because there's way too much crap going on blind to you.
Isn't it this way? Uh-oh.
Alright, well. Question is there another one?
Did you run this way, man? Yeah.
Yeah,
No
there's
way.
a Kraken
You're
though.
bracken? Okay. Wow.
What do you mean skinny?
Oh.
What enemy is skinny? Like, why do you...
Isn't it like this way? I thought it was this way. What? But, like, that bracken got mad for no reason. This way, yeah.
And
Gosh, I hate
show the
being
behind
so
the scenes
deep.
of Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, they show how...
Close it.
Alright, ready to go?
Yep.
Got everything?
Nyan died in the most
I think so,
dumbest
because
way.
when you
Like,
reloaded,
I
Yeah.
saw.
the bracken was just like, I'm gonna go around the bookshelf. So I give him a quick glance to fuck off. And he's like, okay, you looked at me. Okay, now I come and attack Nyan. I'm mad now.
Basically. I saw it all. And then the icing on the cake was the fact that once he stole Nyan's body, he put it in like a out of bounds area, and it was fucking like, it was just Half-Life like fucking clipping.
Oh.
It was really funny.
Oh no, not this bug.
Oh lord. Okay, well, See you 9 Kirby. I'm kidding. But he did say that his game was desyncing though. I'm not sure if you heard him.
Yeah, I
He was
did,
saying
but
that earlier.
damn, why is it desyncing so bad?
I don't know. Oh wow, yeah, I'm gonna have to kick him.
Oh, Val desynced.
Val too?
What the fuck?
Both of them did?
Yeah.
At least one player is loading a custom one. How can you tell?
So how can I tell? He wrote it on the chat.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it was Val.
Damn. Did 9/11.
Good.
Did they both leave? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I kicked them both.
Kay's like, nope. Kay, did you see how much
Cheater.
fucking loot was around me
Yeah.
though? I was so mad. I was like, no.
I did. They did it again. I'm afraid.
Okay, I think I know what might be causing that. And unfortunately, if it's gonna keep doing it, it's gonna have to go.
Oh, what is it?
Wait, let me look at the mods.
That was really funny.
You saw Nine body clipping?
No, like that was just like Roy like running like this, like infinitely,
Oh,
and then
oh.
the giant was just looking at him in the
That's
distance.
hilarious. That's really
Go.
good.
It might be
so it's like-
lodestone that's causing it.
Lodestone?
Yeah.
How is that?
It's something with like preloading the levels, but I guess it just does not like 9, and it keeps breaking.
Well, it happened to Val, so. But also, yeah, Nine did say that his game was desyncing, so it might have been both of them. I don't know. But
Yeah. Well, I
there's
guess.
definitely one European.
Probably the one
Always
that's
your
the furthest
Val,
away.
did you like me just staring at the mimic and then just yeeting?
No, yeah.
I love how he was like, I came out the door, I'm doing nothing. I'm walking towards the light.
I was shocked.
I thought he was
thought-
gonna grab me
I thought
because
you were-
he
yeah, I
walked
thought you were gonna
towards
get
me.
grabbed too. I was like,
But he literally did this, kid. He was like, he came out
But
the
I can't
door, he
stand
looked
it.
at me, and then he just said, okay.
and then what?
I was like, yeah, I'm not risking
What?
that.
Did you see that? No.
No.
Okay, Roy was explaining. He was like, he did this to me, and then imagine Roy blinks out of existence and then ends up here. I was like, what the
He
fuck?
did the DBZ.
Instant
Yeah,
transmission.
fucking
Yeah.
instant transmission. What the hell?
That's
Oh,
that's funny.
scary.
Let me see. It could be that and
Items found.
it could also maybe be this like Beepin X faster load assets bundle patcher.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, does it like cover your whole fucking screen now?
Wait, let me see. No, it doesn't.
I
Actually.
know. Good. I can fucking see.
Yeah.
We get this. Oh no, this is a flashbang. Let me put it in here.
If he doesn't know, won't hurt him.
How much
Oh,
are we
this should be
selling?
enough.
Or are we selling all of it?
I think this should be enough.
How much is that? That says that's 1300. That might be enough, right?
Yeah, this is
12,000 for yeah.
right.
I guess I'll put this back inside then.
I'm gonna start saving some stuff. But yeah. Jeepers, peepers, jeepers, peepers.
What the fuck? Wait,
Toothpaste.
do I still have items in my hand for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh
you
my,
do.
good, good.
Not for me.
That's
I
very
put them
stupid.
all in here and now they're just stuck on my hand. Sorry, I have
Yeah.
Gorilla Glue. Look at how dumb this looks.
Oh my god.
Hello there. What's supposed to be? Oh, these are peepers.
Makeshift like a sword and shield.
Yeah. I'm goofy now, Val.
What are you talking? It makes me seem like I know you from somewhere, but I'm not sure. Do I know you from somewhere? George.
Hi.
Wait, George Allison? Or Hallison? I don't
Come
know.
on.
Jorjali.
No,
S-O-N.
won't give up.
I'm not sure if it's George Allison. Oh.
I'm waiting for it to be a bug.
Oh yeah. We'll find out now.
I'm magnifying Val's big ass head. Oh my god, it's so dumb.
Nice. I actually jumped off the ship just in time. Any artists in chat? Is that what they said?
Time to get banned?
No. just
Artisan. Oh my god.
Did they say that? Like, if you see like unbeat messages, will it say that?
So just like a bot.
I was just beaming.
I don't
that.
know. I don't know who this person is. It seems that the way they were talking makes it seem like they know me, but I'm not sure they are.
They're an imposter.
Also, yep. Guess what happened?
We're stuck again. I think it's me this
So who
time.
is it?
God,
Let me see. It was me.
being a little this buggy.
It was
For all
not,
of us.
it wasn't you that time. It was Roy. Which is weird.
I could tell
Me.
because of all the items glued to my hand.
Baby.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, robot.
Oh, nice.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious.
He was like a robot burping through the whole
Yeah.
mic.
Oh, okay. There, is it fine now? Okay, yeah. I hate that. Yeah, I could tell it was me because of all the items glued to my hand.
Yeah.
You still have them for me.
Oh, I do. Nice. It's
I
not
don't
there
see
for
anything
me
on you.
though.
I don't
I
see
don't
any of
have
it.
anything for you.
Do you see them too, Kay?
No, I don't. I don't see.
Oh. Wait, Roy, come. For the those because yeah.
Come from the shadows.
Come, Guardian.
Shadows.
All begins and ends
Oh,
in
nice.
darkness.
Oh, yes. Alright, let's hit.
I
a
wonder what it
normal
looks
moon
like
up.
for you. Oh,
I'd say let's hit up a normal moon and then guess what's happening.
they're all
Experimentation,
eclipsed.
rainy, assurance rainy, vow normal, offense rainy, stormy, and dying flooded, titan eclipsed.
I guess we're doing Val.
I wasn't planning on going there anyways, game, so fuck you. I'm going to vow.
Sort of.
Alright.
Won't
I
give
guess
up,
you guys
Val.
can have fun.
Won't give up.
Don't give up! And then Dow proceeds to heal you at the last possible moment.
Yeah, and then Goofy dies like, don't give up. Whoa, fellas.
Alright, enjoy, guys. Okay.
This is what I come.
Too slow.
See ya!
Too slow. Too slow. Too slow.
Too slow.
He's so
God,
smugly hated.
He said he's so
Come
what?
on. Trying to like
So
too
smug. He
slow.
says it so smugly.
I
he's
know.
So smug when he said
I know.
too slow.
Too slow. Too slow. Too slow.
Come on, step it up.
No. What's yours is
Easy
mine.
game.
He's not working, but that's fine, I guess.
This is
Nerd.
what a great fire exit.
Wow.
The main entrance sure has locks right now.
Yeah, wow, what the fuck?
Bowl. You a stop sign.
Too
Apparatus.
slow. Kneel, loser. Oh, there's nothing here? Okay, it must be where Val went. Guess I'll
No.
here. Oh, where did Val go? All the loot was by him, I think. This is apparatus, we're not gonna grab that.
Yeah, that's why I left that.
I think he went this way.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Hold on.
There's
Wait,
nothing
there's
over
nothing
there.
that within. This is locked too.
Oh, that's a dead end.
Yeah.
You can
I
literally
think
just
so.
go around the
When were you where? Where like door?
I see. I see where all the loot is at.
Wait, what did you say, Roy?
I see where the loot is at. It's behind this locked door. This has the rest of the facility. It's what is it? R4.
Yeah, it's Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. That Val will never play ever again. Now you're going the wrong way. This, yeah, that's
Yeah. No point.
no. What was that? That's all. Oh, I can't even see what happened. Anything up top? Dead end. Dead end. You gonna really?
Oh, that's Mimic. I think I got the bracket, but I
Oh, is there a bracket? There probably is.
think I heard one. Is there stuff behind? Because I have a key.
Behind that door? No, there's just a key. Oh my god, there's still more shit.
We're going deep, yeah.
Yeah, we're full fucking. There's so much.
Fucking ball.
I don't really want to get the ball right now. Does this keep going or is this a dead end? Okay, this is a dead end. Alright, so I think we have the last 4 items. Because this is... Oh wait. There's a gift under here? Yeah.
Wow, that's a
Sweet ass spot.
like it for when.
Alright, and we have the toilet paper. I can only carry 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Did K go AFK?
I don't know.
He was at the ship. I was looking on the map. I was like, why is he not opening this?
Yeah, lol, I didn't know where we went.
That's Snareflea.
Who is that? Oh, it's Snareflea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny on my end.
Giant?
What is that?
Hit the screenshot.
Oh,
it's baby.
that's the baby. Oh, he wants you.
I mean, sure.
Oh,
but-
there's a spooter?
I don't know.
There's no way we're coming back for that toilet paper.
Yeah, I think so.
Ow! Ow!
Stop!
Ow!
Sorry.
Ow! I'm dead.
No, wait. Not that way. Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm stuck! Oh my god, why did he get... Oh fuck, yeah, run, Bell.
Really quickly.
Okay.
Speed is my game.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Meter outside.
What?
Oh god.
So what do we do now?
No clue.
For like 16 or 16 seconds.
Whatever, play.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh right, I forgot about the apparatus.
Please. Okay. 9, I'm out.
What? I guess I can't.
Did some apparatus already?
I guess that's scary. What? What was the usual time? I need to go back because there's stuff up there, but...
Okay, they're gonna record that as the thing.
Oh, that was a dead fuck. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
The kid's alive. It's crazy.
Step it up.
Oh, who said that? Spider?
We have no choice. Oh, I hope that's not a copyright song or a song that's gonna get copyright. I need
Key
to.
left, but whatever.
I need to read that.
Second.
Just didn't care. Or do you think I can get back inside and grab the...
It's more like playing a Kingdom Hearts. Like, more like Kingdom Hearts.
You
Is the normal hammer sound for you?
I'm like,
No way, the giant did that. Go,
Flash
Val,
Freddy.
go.
Flash Freddy.
No.
There's nothing in here.
I did! Oh my god.
You cannot be serious. Oh my god.
Okay, hold on.
When you saw
I
two
took
hands, the 2 fingers,
What the
couldn't
fuck?
even teleport me. Really?
I tried doing Flash Freddy, but didn't. What the fuck?
Oh, I think he didn't activate it actually. Oh my god, let me try to get a suicide mission and get the toilet paper, it'll be funny. Stay in the ship, man.
It'd be funny.
No, it's probably gonna...
Oh my.
That would be really funny if I can at least grab
That
it. I don't
giant
think I'm
did
gonna
the
have time to
most
even
dumbest shit. He was like,
get to...
I will stop
Like,
right here and
come
look
back
at the
with it.
tree, walk to the tree, and then see Val.
Damn it. Oh,
Yeah.
The wrong way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm never gonna have enough time.
Oh, you're
Oh,
not.
there's bees actually. Oh, that's great. I can get that.
No, you can't.
Oh,
Yeah, let me
Nope.
from the other side.
he's gonna be like, oh, no, I got hit. Okay, you shouldn't have died. That was
stamina.
bullshit.
I shouldn't have what?
You shouldn't have died.
I shouldn't have tried to help because I shouldn't have tried to count on anybody else to help me.
Yeah. They're not me, though.
Game.
I like there's only one thing that you needed to do,
He should have just.
and it somehow isn't working. The second time, okay, fine. And then the next thing you need to do is
TP.
teleport me.
Yes, because he got dragged.
Yeah, you can't look the ship. Man.
Next thing you can do at least is get
The
my
ship,
ship
the ship!
before it.
Okay, go, go, go!
Oh, no, there's more. Fucking Vel pushed me.
Oh my god, the bees were fucking glitch again. That's so annoying.
Tried starting the ship and Vel
Why is he
pushes
not
me
gonna
off.
start this shit? Oh. It wasn't moving for me. What the fuck?
Failed Strawberry Cops running. Oh, I have the reference. So what had I done recently?
What the fuck?
Fucking things for
Um.
pushing me while trying to start the ship.
Um.
What happened?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Look at this.
What?
No.
Look at what?
Oh my god. Just teleported.
It's open for me.
Oh.
Huh?
Well, at
Wait,
least
what?
you didn't just realize that you're getting a fucking like moldy cake.
Oh.
I'm almost done with it. Oh god. Okay.
Oh, now I realized that you...
Ugh.
Where were you the whole time, Kate? I didn't
Where
see you
was
the
I?
whole game.
Oh, I went outside and then like I went to get killed by this looting bug.
You too?
Which-
What?
Yeah, the looting bug just went after us because I was trying to troll Nyan.
The looting
But
bug
that's really just...
killed me, but it's because Val closed the door on me, and then I got stuck on a pipe.
I literally tried like using the flash for editing. Not fucking work.
I think Kate did it.
No,
didn't
because we
really-
had a little bit of practice. I hadn't practiced it beforehand so that we would try and. But there's a cooldown. But the thing is that the cooldown should have been fucking up.
Oh.
So I'm confused as to why that didn't work. And then, whatever.
Maybe it's because he wasn't clicked onto it.
I mean, I entered it immediately, and then it said, "Oh, it's boosted." And then I tried doing it again, and then it just asked me to buy flashlights.
Oh brother. Okay, well, you guys can choose wherever you want to go. I have to get rid of this damn cake because
What-
this is disgusting.
what we
and I
are-
need to force vomit. Huh?
We're glitched, I think. I didn't see the...
Must I do everything?
It says I can
land
land
the
this
ship
shit.
I'll just do it then.
Hang on. Do not land the
Okay.
ship because it's stormy.
Maybe. Honestly,
It's
I'm the
flooded,
one...
but-
No, it might be
I didn't see the
me.
save.
It might be me because the door is open for me.
Yeah.
Let
The
me
door is
see.
not open for me.
Oh. Okay, that's not good. I guess Rue gave up. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to somehow like test these mods myself with for instances of my game because all of a sudden everything wants to break like real bad. So I have to drop this list and go with another one. Also, I just realized I left and joined and the mini map was fine.
What the fuck? 5 seconds. Like, come on.
What? The fuck?
It might be Steam, because I just saw you in here, and then you're trading places with Nyan. Why?
Oh my god, well, this list is fucked. Guess we're gonna go back to the old one at this point. And like probably incorporate not even any of these mods, but like some of the new ones we installed on our own. But definitely think it's this. Possibly this. It could potentially be this, but honestly, I think these are all fucked. So I think this mod pack that I'm using is fucked. I'm gonna have to like use something like vanilla improved, I think is the other one. Oh no, optimized vanilla. Right? What does this have? Nearly the same shit. Wait, lethal pipe removal. What is this? That isn't. That's. Let's see.
Bum, 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 bum.
You guys ready?
Excellent.
Why am I?
Not surprised. You guys are ready. I'm gonna start, okay? I just want to
Maybe.
get this crap out of my body. Well, I mean, I'm probably not gonna like forcefully vomit, but still.
Okay, there we
You
go.
just
Now it
find-
didn't kick
Damn
me.
it, now.
So what type of
I
moldy?
wish I could vomit.
So what type of moldy cake did you get?
It was like green and white, but it's underneath
Oh.
the frosting, so like it's not the entire cake, it's just the frosting bit. But like it could have been under any bit of frosting.
How old has it even been sitting there?
It went to the freezer like immediately, so it really shouldn't be doing that. But then my mom had it sit in the fridge for I don't know how long,
Oh, yeah,
without
that
saying
would do it.
anything and not eating it either. So
Okay, well that definitely is just gonna make it molded.
Like,
Yeah.
thanks for sitting it out for someone to eat, even though I didn't want it. You brought it out so someone could clearly eat it, and you didn't tell me that you had it
Okay.
out. Not that I wanted it in the first place. But okay. Go! Fun. Do a crime.
Not even there?
Oh, it's flooded. Okay, this is gonna be fun, isn't it?
Guess he is.
But I am. Like,
Go do
I
crime.
was asking if he was there.
not flooded. Oh my god, 9 is decent again. Oh. Wow. I might be decent too.
How old has it even been sitting there?
Yeah, I'm definitely decent if my map is fucked like this. Thankfully, I kind of know this map pretty well, but still.
Place. Oh, okay.
What a great. What a great
Yeah.
game.
Uh,
So my
Oh, there's
mini
some
map
mongooses
is
there.
fucked. So there's some horrible desync going on probably because Nyan said it's flooded for him.
oh, that's funny.
So the desync.
I guess I'm gonna go back with that.
How do you wait? Is this sectioned off? Oh no. My performance is pretty good right now. Oh, that must be above.
What am I doing?
There's nothing.
Oh, they overtook it. Okay.
Good. Gay baby jail. Oh, I wonder if I was trying to be LJ. That's so. Oh God.
No. How the fuck could be in this place?
Oh, it's a shithead.
Oh, it doesn't
No,
cover my
no,
face.
no.
Oh my god, you're hitting me, what the
Every
fuck?
time I don't do it, I should check the fire exit.
Yeah, alright, that's it. Oh, hey.
Oh,
What the
that
fuck?
fucker just spawned in front of me.
Okay, kill me.
It's bugging, bro.
Kill
Oh
you?
god.
Or what?
I
What
don't know if
happens
it's
if I get-
9 or Val.
Hello?
Probably both of you.
Okay, that would be funny if I probably
Whoever it
shouldn't-
is
I
is
shouldn't have-
like fucking me up because I have bad performance and my map
it
is
is a
fucked
controller.
up.
What do you mean your map is fucked up? Can you not see 9?
No, like it's showing a million fucking fire exits.
What?
Like, wait, let me.
For this bug, dude.
Let me
By the way, okay, when you switch to the cam of him, like it was just like, it looked like he was gone. Yeah, like it looks like he's not even there. That's so funny.
But
Can you see me, Roy?
I can see you.
Apparently Val can't,
Yeah,
which is funny.
and you said it's flooded for you, right?
He just can't see my cam, so that's weird.
Oh god. Yeah, my frame rate
Yeah.
is bad too.
Do I even want to bother going back in, since there are 2 giants are there?
I don't even know where the fuck they went. Yeah, where did they go? The Giants were here and now they're not. What the fuck?
Yep, they're gone. That's weird.
Like they are like gone. I don't even see them anywhere.
He just disappeared, that's weird.
And now there's baboon hawks everywhere.
Should I even get the hives? There are 2 hives, actually. Speaking of which.
I mean it desynced last time and killed you, so I don't know.
Overplayer, like,
Hmm.
it's fine, like, there's nothing on their side, so it's actually really funny to see just that. I was just...
What?
I was telling a story.
Oh.
Like, I was explaining that, like, that the bug with Nyan reminds me of a video I watched, like the game I sound recently, like, Kay was saying, like, oh, I don't like this face or whatever. That, like, one of the sanity effects in the game is that, like, one player sees everyone else dead. Like, they're not even on his screen at all. But, like, everyone else is fine. Like, they all see, like, fine.
You see me carrying the fucking baby?
Oh no.
I had the fucking baby, like immediately just walked up
So
to me. I was
so
like,
does
"Really?"
anyone know what happened to the Giants? Cause they just disappeared.
That's a great question.
They don't exist.
In this fire exit, if you want to go, I kind of wanted to check the fire exit unless you did, Kay. Like
I checked
one
all of
behind.
Don't
almost.
check the one that's for like. Don't check the one that's that way.
Oh,
Whatever. You
Yeah,
do,
and
okay,
don't check the one like right next to main entrance because it leads to the fire exit you went through though.
There's a hive on the main entrance,
I wanted
so...
the over one, like the
Val, you should probably just go main entrance then. Because I can't pick up the hives, it just never worked for me.
like the only fire exit that doesn't lead to the other one is what I meant. I don't know.
I mean, you
Which one
can
is the
try.
back that I went to?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a giant.
There's a bracken, a
Oh.
thumper, a baby, spider, a snare flea, and a turret all in one spot. I'm not in there. I'm just not. It's a
Oh,
waste of
I
time.
see what's happening, Kay. The map
What?
is stuck on my screen. I have the old
Huh?
bug 9 hat. Like when I press the button to make it go away, it doesn't. It's just there.
I might need to change general improvements a little bit. it could be that there's some decent conditions, general improvements that you guys are falling. Like it's becoming an issue for you two, you and Val, because you're not synced up with the way I had settings.
Maybe
that
implementing
changed?
too.
I mean, it could
Maybe
also be like lodestone and beeping X faster load, maybe.
Should I teleport Val?
Is he dying?
There's a man eater and a rack and a snare. So
What is that? Oh, that was a booting bug. Oh, he came out. I think he's gonna try
Maybe
to come
that.
back.
okay.
What the hell?
Why is there?
On the
How?
like that's the
Bro,
funniest
no
shit.
one was even
Like you're the
outside.
only one. You see.
Yeah, you see how he was
partners,
he
like,
was standing there
on
clicking
every-
through. Okay, if that was like the
like,
bigger
yeah.
ship, he would just click through the wall, grab you.
Did you get the? Okay, well,
No.
I'm gonna try. but I probably
You gonna
don't wanna
try
run
and get the
time.
beast?
What just happened?
What happened?
What?
My game just kind of tapped out on its own. I'm wondering why that happened.
Uh oh.
The issues yet again.
Maybe.
I don't think he has.
Val died.
Of course.
He found the quicksand. I think.
Did he?
I think so.
What the fuck?
Hey, what,
Let's see
what
that
happened?
body.
Why is his body in the floor?
His body ascended to heaven for me.
Oh no, he got killed by the bees. I bet they desynced and killed him.
Well, no, we was in a terrible place again.
Yeah, we're in a bad spot.
Is Dan still there?
Yeah.
The game is working.
I screen like the.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
right
gonna
behind you, bitch.
I'm gonna back out so my fucking map will fix itself. Hold on.
Wait,
Oh,
can I
does
twerk
that
over
mean-
in front of it?
Yeah, it's probably this. Cause the rest are just like mob fixes, so I doubt it's that. The only ones that I really could see causing issues is this and this. Cause we had this before, and maybe even this. But definitely, definitely one of the two, so. Gonna restart my. Okay. Right. Cool.
Like when we went on Raw, isn't that Roy was just like, what are you talking about? Okay, maybe like I don't know, it's nothing. And then he kept going, and I had like 9 like skinwalker near me, and Roy was talking to like the actor 9. I was like, I don't see him anywhere. It kept happening and happening.
Yeah, I just came back and then I just hear Nine going hello, and I'm like, what is Val by himself, or why is Nine by himself? Like, did everybody just die and he's trying to talk to me about something?
There we go.
Oh
On my map.
I'm a fucking. I was basically a ghost to Val.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, did you
I'm just like-
rejoin 9?
No, I stayed, but
Oh.
Yeah, I quit, but no, I see him.
Oh, good. That's amazing.
it's pretty funny. I was just like, "Hey, Val, dumbass, I'm right here."
I bet that would have been very funny on your screen. Like me going easy about it.
You just being to the terminal, and I'm just like, hey, I'm right here.
She did. I guess Rue just died.
Yeah. She probably gave up.
Because I was just like,
Roblox.
oh,
Alright.
try with the other thing. She was like, oh, okay. And just nothing.
Yeah. That would be me too. I just give up at that point. Alright, let's go back to March. Let's take different entrances this time. I'm gonna go to my usual one.
But I call this the Nyan Ghost Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Hey, what did you... Oh my god, hey, that was very dangerous what you did. Holy fuck.
Did he jump over that? Oh shit.
Yeah, he jumped. Oh. Is he fine actually? Because I think so.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. Why not you have it?
Is it just raining? Yeah, now my performance is pretty good too. Hello, Val. Wow, main entrance is just right there.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mario. I don't know if I can even join you. Oh no. Okay.
Is that a turret?
No,
Or-
I'm fucking with you.
Okay, well.
I had a laser pointer. I was just pointing it at you.
Good.
Oh wow, my fire
I think it's
exit
this
was
way.
right there, so...
Yeah. I think it's this way.
Okay, you
Is
guys.
there nothing down this way?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm above you guys.
Oh. Dead end, dead end.
There's just a bunch of fucking two-handed items.
Dead end. Okay, yeah, so it has to be this way. Oh, okay, yeah, here's the big room. Another dead end.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a lock door there.
I had two keys before.
Oh, gee, really should start maybe getting some flashlights. Okay, this is all dead ends. That means the only way forward
Wait, what on the other side?
this way.
Theme, yeah.
Yep. It's locked. Aww. Need a key. There's nowhere else to go.
Hello, Roy. I think
Do
I'm
you,
lost.
do you have a key?
Oh, be careful,
No.
Damn.
there's a spike
Thumper.
up, I heard it.
Oh. Well, I was getting chased by a thumper, so that was fun.
You
Oh,
were?
no.
Don't leave it up here. Please.
No.
Oh, what's
Oh, you guys joined finally, yeah. I think we have to go through K's side, but...
Well, I found
don't
another
know.
way, but it's locked by like a key door.
I don't have a key.
There's some shit in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a key? Here.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we gotta go this way now.
That's where the thumper was, this side, so
Oh, yeah,
careful.
yeah, yeah. He's coming.
Mario! Yes. Oh god, do I have to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
doing
keep
that?
going that way, Nine. No, 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 that towards that catwalk. There's a fire exit right there.
Oh, okay.
There's a bracken. Fuck, I go somewhere.
Yeah, he's camping me.
I just wanted to.
Is that you, Kay? Is that actually you?
Why is this stream early?
Okay. How did you? Okay.
Well, I wanted to end anyways, so that's good.
What the fuck? I swear there's something just like perfectly mimicking K.
I think it's just above us though. Because I was doing it. Do you have a key away or did he give you the key?
No. I was hoping you would bring one back.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but I only have.
I guess I'll try and go back. Okay, that thumper is just camping that main entrance.
He's possessed, save him!
I might need to change general improvement a little bit.
Well, nope. I guess I'm not.
Hopefully it's not camping us.
He's right behind. He was right behind you, talking to you. And he's like,
Gotta wait. Oh, yeah, but I already see that you like clean. Wait a minute. Oh, he's sitting behind me. I think it's raining too. I think so.
We have no more. Okay.
I have a key, Val.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Namora?
I guess we can go together then.
Yeah.
Do you, yeah.
I don't think we want to go through main entrance though, because the thumper is camping it on that
No,
door.
but we can probably. Yeah, I don't know.
The fire exit to the left of main entrance is what I took, and it's like right next to
Oh.
it.
Oh, well, yeah.
But we gotta go fucking deep for this door, which is what I
I
don't
know.
like.
And I got lost. That's rare, but like I got lost.
Damn. Oh, is he camping the way?
remember
Wait,
the
wait,
day
this
when
one.
you
I think it's so.
Oh, there's a scooter now?
Oh, no. Oh, right.
Ugh.
So bad, but like I think it's popping. I don't know.
Oh, he's crying.
Oh yeah. Okay, but we need to go there though. So. Okay. Is it in me? Oh my god.
Oh, he came to you? Or is he?
Can you fuck off? Fuck off. Slowly.
Oh fuck.
Every time I dodge it, I should check if I like it.
I crashed. No. Oh no, Val got past him. Val?
I was telling your story. That's all. I think it's on roll.
Are you really gonna camp?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quit the rest here. Oh. Run. Nice, good job. Oh my fucking god.
No, no, they're teleporting me, Val. Drop the key.
Sorry.
Oh my
You were-
god, dying.
You're almost about to die, or weren't you?
No, I was fine. I ran
Sorry.
fast though, but yeah.
I mean, you were low health, so I'm just like, okay, well, something had to happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Val,
Val got the last like loot item. I think anyway. I don't know if there's more where K was at. Actually, let me check.
first
8 objects outside. Oh wait, what is that? What is that?
I too. Man-eater. Got Val. Damn it.
Damn.
Okay, so, did you guys go really deep in, or?
Yeah.
I feel like you both would have probably died if it, or one of you guys
Oh
would have
wait,
died
wait,
if
wait.
I was.
Oh, Kay's right next to the body.
There's a hive on the main
Okay,
entrance, so
Oh wait, no, never.
no. Katrine's like right there next to Val's body.
Yeah,
Where was
but
it from?
I
Is he at
think
the
he's
top or
above
bottom?
it. I'm not sure.
Okay, the man-eater's chasing him down. I think.
The man-eater is literally camping both sides. Oh, okay, he got out. Alright, let's
Lows.
teleport Val's body.
Yeah. Alright, I'll do that. Should I get the hives? Maybe?
No, not yet.
I can't tell if this is Nyan actually asking that because he's asked that like 50,000 times from the Skinwalker. I just don't know
About
anymore.
what?
Should I get the hives? Should I get the hive? Like, they asked it 2,000 times. I was like, I don't know which one is real anymore. It's so annoying. What the fuck?
Okay. We left there. Not dealing with that shit. Okay. Yeah, that was something.
Where did that dog even
Wow.
come from?
Lethal Company is an amazing game. It really is.
Where
Can't
did
make
that
this shit up.
dog come from?
There's nowhere on the map.
He wasn't.
I mean, it was
He
nowhere
wasn't on the
I
map.
didn't hear it aggro. No one heard it come in. It ran straight to me without killing anybody else, and then left without killing anybody else.
I just
Just as quickly. What the fuck? That
I
is
love how he
insane.
did that right in front of me.
Targeted. The game was trying to be honest with the game was trying to kill me so hard with that man-eater. Oh my god.
Don't worry, we know. Me on road.
Oh, me and Val went through it. We were in the trenches.
Well, guess what? We lost.
Val, I was contemplating on just leaving you because this is what the spider did. It was like, oh, hello, and then I moved like in front of the pipe, and it looked at me. It was like, okay, now I come and attack you.
Oh well, good run either way.
No, we live.
And then I just ran past it,
Oh, never
and
mind.
the man-eater was like, oh, I'm mad now.
Alright,
Just
so
somehow
who
we
is...
both dodged it.
Yeah, I don't know how you... But, yeah, you guys...
Have I
one of
managed
you
to
guys
dodge
have to
it
leave.
somehow? Oh, I guess I'll leave.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, did he
Or was
desync?
it Val? No, it was Nyan. It was, yeah.
Oh. That was funny. That was literally a hate crime in Lethal Company.
It was.
I understand it. This dog, did he spawn under the ship and clip through it? That's the only thing that makes
I don't
sense.
even know.
Because he wasn't
That
on
is
the map
insane.
and I didn't see him walk in. He literally just spawned into reality just to kill
Yeah,
you.
It just came out of nowhere. All I saw was dog on the map real quick, and then boom, I was dead. I was like, what the fuck?
He did that right in front of me. Like I rubbed against his hitbox.
That was so confusing.
I love that. Oh, that's gonna become an amazing clip.
It is.
Oh, from my point of view, that was amazing.
But the game really was was trying to kill me.
It was like, no, K lived. He dies now. Oh my god. How much is the quota? Oh, damn. I guess we're selling
we
a
just
lot.
barely made it. Yeah. We kind of just barely made it, thank goodness.
Yeah, for some reason, the one item Val and I basically died for was so deep in the facility,
Huh.
behind a locked door.
Bro, it was just 2 metal sheet too, so it wasn't even worth it.
Oh
It
my
was like
god.
20 worth or something, I don't know.
That's so dumb. Let's see. This.
That's 1,000. 1117. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is the hatchet supposed to be open like that, or is it just me?
It's supposed to grab it, but waiting for us to stop and
Yeah, he's probably about to grab items.
Okay.
And we need 400. We just need 400 now.
Uh-huh.
Where's the soccer ball?
How about
Oh,
here it is?
can you not pick up that one? Oh,
Oh no, I was just. Oh, what the? I put it into. Oh, no.
oh, here, I'll get it up.
I haven't used it yet.
206.
Wait, I
It's
can't
194.
get it out? Oh, okay, it was. Okay, now I can. There you go.
Oh.
It's not bad.
About
Toilet paper. Yeah, this is how it should be in the base
It's
game.
about, no, it's 105.
Yeah, it should.
Like, why the fuck? Like, who
What?
holds the toilet paper like in their face like that?
A lot of people. Yeah, because like
Well,
you're
we're
carrying a
stopping,
whole
right?
Toilet paper. Yeah, we're stopping. You
Okay.
carry a whole toilet paper. You don't carry things underneath you like that. It's bulky, so you're gonna be bringing it to your chest.
Yeah.
So it is going to be in your
Yes.
face, but like it's still annoying. Move over.
Toilet paper. Idiot paper. What are you gonna do now, Val?
Already just recorded.
Oh, recoded while watching Korean show. He's watching 2 shows at once.
No, I.
Nine.
Too much
Watch
for my
when you play
brain.
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
I don't know if I'm gonna play EDD's nuts in your mouth like right now. Like after that, I don't know. I might take a break from Kingdom Hearts.
Is it finally time
You
for
guys
the
take a
ring?
break? No. What'd you say, Nine?
It would be pretty funny if you could like carry yourself from that leverage from like a shopping.
It's time. It's time. It's
Rocket.
finally time
Yeah.
now for the ring.
In the ring.
Oh, ugh,
Yeah, it is time for
The
Elden
shadow
Ring.
ring.
ugh.
Okay. Okay, we're launching off.
I was
guess.
trying to salute your body, Val, but I forgot which one it was.
Hmm. We never ended up using these.
Got it. Wait, no.
No. Well, we lost. Oh, he ended it. Abrupt end. He ended it so he wouldn't we wouldn't lose the money, yeah, because we would have lost quota. Vicious user, ban evasion, restrict. Buddy, that account was created yesterday. Ain't no fucking way I'm trusting that shit. There ain't no point in. I think we're like done anyway, so